All right. We are going to get this party started. Let me get the music turned down a little bit for you guys. There it is. Let me know how the audio and video quality is in chat, guys. It's good to have everybody. Gabriel, welcome, my man. We're going to hit the verse tonight. Try to crack some rocks. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. And let me just make sure that all my audio is dialed in here real quick. I want to make sure we got game box audio. We do. All right. I like it. Yes. Make sure I'm in Discord here. Just getting all our ducks in a row before the fun begins. There it is. And believe it or not, we are streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. So to folks watching on both, welcome. We're going to need to do a few things here. Get that armor turned off and get into something proper for mining, because this isn't it. And of course, let's get that chat turned off in game. There it is. What up, buddy? You on VoIP? Nope. Okay. Oh yeah, we're pushing that card tonight, that RTX 5090. She's struggling. 72 FPS here. And where are we, you ask? We are in Obituary. In the unmonitored part of the universe where the law doesn't exist. Though, I guess technically there are armistice zones, but... All right, let's get down to the right floor and start paying attention here. Let's get this thing going. Oh, look at that. I need to get something to drink. Gabriel, thanks for the feedback, man. Appreciate it. Let's see if we can get our sustenance dialed in here. So we'll head over to the shops first, see if we can find some, you know, technically, I could just go down. I could just go, what are those? Skewers? Noodles? More skewers? I could just go down to the refinery deck and get some cruise locks, but that would be too easy, right? And we don't have any cruise locks in inventory. Okay. A grub packet. That's the thing about pyro. There ain't nothing good. Hey pal, are you on VoIP too? Just shake your head yes or no. If you're on. Nice. Nice looking armor, my man. Oh, that's the new HD. I like it. Look like we got some reclaimed water. So let's drop the helmet. There it is. Look at that sustenance all the way down to 23%. What's my guy been up to? Looks like we're going to need 2 of those. Probably buy a few extras. Just to have that on board in the backpack here. So tonight, we're going to be heading out into the pyro section of the universe to do some mining. Buy 3 of those. And then I guess we better go grab a skewer. Or maybe a grub packet. Let's try that. I'm curious. I haven't had one of those before. And honestly, you know, I'm not looking for one specific mineral. I'm looking more for mass than anything else. All right, that solves that problem. So let's get a mole called up and get down to the hangar here. And then we'll put some more chill music on. Maybe I don't need anything from the med clinic. So we'll get into some decent armor here and climb into the mole, head out to maybe Pyro 1 perhaps, or maybe Bloom. Been having some luck on Bloom lately. Let's get the mole called up first. Oh, I have both of them here. Isn't that interesting? I did move both out here. They have different paint schemes on them. What up? Are you on VoIP? Negative. All right.
Thank you.
Very nice. So if you're hanging out in the channel, say something in chat. I'll give you a shout out live. All right, that is the mole with the correct paint scheme. So now we just need to switch armor here. Oh, wait. But I do want to throw these. Oh, and these are all at 0% anyway. Okay. We'll get out of that cool new armor. I'm not taking the parallax with me tonight. No thanks. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to climb into the exploration suit tonight. It ain't pretty, but I'm not limited to where I can mine. You know, if I got to get into one of those lasers that's exposed to atmosphere. Take some water with us. We got some med pens. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to go pick up some mining gadgets on the refinery deck real quick. Oh, do I have a backpack? I know I brought a backpack. Let's go find out. Should be the one for this suit. There it is. There it is. All right. Glad you like the tunes. Doing a little DMB to start out the night here. All right, down to the refinery deck we go. We're gonna grab some mining gadgets, a couple of Bormaxes and Sabirs. I don't anticipate needing much else besides those. So we'll stop at the shop here. And let's throw these in the backpack. I'm going to take 2 Sabirs. And let's grab a couple of Bormaxes as well. These have the cluster modifier on them, right? Cluster modifier 30%, laser instability -70. I'll take it. We'll grab 2 of those as well. No reason to carry any more than that. And why not a cruise lux or 2, right? Oh, we can't get those here. Those are on the another deck. That's fine. We got water. Okay, back up to the elevator and let's go see what we can break tonight. Assuming we can get an elevator. Let's go. If you're joining us on Twitch tonight, thank you. Glad to have you. For those on YouTube, I can see you too. So feel free to chime in. Why don't we do a little external walk around the mole? I know I just posted a mole configuration video just a few days ago. But I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick walk around anyway, just to kind of show you what's going on here. So right up here, we are running a Helix 2. And on this particular Helix 2, we have a Stampede module and a couple of surges, or it might be a surge and a couple of Stampedes, but that is on the Helix 2 on the outside. The laser for the main brake, as you can see here, you'll notice the modules are exactly the same. So we're running 3 Ryger C3s. We want that 25% bonus to fracture power, and we can stack. So that gets us into the bigger rocks. We can comfortably break most everything between 35 and 42-ish, depending on resistance and a few other factors, but most of the time we're all right. Now, my favorite laser, of course, is this one, the Hofstede. And we're running a couple of torpid modules on that to expand the size of that optimal window, make those sub brakes nice and easy. All right, enough of that. Let's go see it in action. I did get feedback on my video. There's some folks out there running things that are a little bit different, and I want to try them all out, every last one of them. But we'll see how it goes. All right. Now, I do need to, I appreciate Twitch. I like Twitch. You know, they've been a pioneer in the field for a while, but isn't it about time that they allow some 4K uploading, right? For a stream? I mean, how come I'm limited to 1080p? So I know that if you're special on Twitch, some of you can stream in 4K. You can upload at greater than 8,000 K per second, but some of us like to have a little bit higher quality stream. So anyway, Twitch, love you. Love's out to you, but please. All right, we're going to kill the weapons because I'm not doing any bounty hunting in the mole tonight. So what we'll do is we'll get out of the space station here. Let's take a look at this nice paint. Looking a little weathered. Running the pyrotechnic paint on this thing. We're not hiding from anybody in this mole, so might as well have a cool paint, right? All right, let's get into the correct flight configuration here. Not run into the turret right outside my hangar. That's nice. And let's give you guys a nice outside view here. Oh. Why does pyro have to be so dangerous but so beautiful at the same time? Just absolutely amazing. Let's get that camera adjusted a little bit for you guys. Look at that. All right. Had a little bit of an interruption there. Not sure what's going on. We're trying a new restreaming service out, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, we're going to just drop right straight down. There's no reason to get fancy. No reason to get fancy at all. Oh, no. That is a beautiful sight. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into the correct mode here. And let's start I think all these are prairie animals. Another beautiful day on Bloom. Look at that. It's always nice on Bloom. You know, for you older miners out there that are used to being on Euterpe or Clio, no bueno. Not much fun when you're having to fight the wind and the bad weather and the darkness. With Bloom, they gave us a little bit of a paradise. Big rocks and sunshine. What else could a guy ask for out here? On the mining front, that is. All right, let's go check these out over here and see what we got. And if we don't like what we have right here, we got a bunch of other stuff a couple of kilometers out. All right, let's so I'm not really caring much about content, you know. I'm not going to mine trash, but at the same time, I'm really more worried about size. So 25 and titanium, Check out these other somewhat large ones, Bexelite, but only 8K. I don't think I want to spend a lot of time on that. 27 in gold. That might be worth it. And 9,000 in gold. You know, we did a lot of gold. Let's go check out this other one over here. Yeah, I thought it was only a few kilometers out. Let's ping it. One singular obsidian deposit. I wonder. It looks big. So for those that are just joining us, welcome to AlphaInfinity Tech. We're live on the rocks tonight. In the verse. Out in the pyro portion of the universe. Looking for something big to take home. Look at the lighting effects. Unbelievable. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, let's see what we got over here. Let's see if we can break something. Nothing impressive on that one. I have a feeling these are all going to be the same. We'll go check out that other one 3 kilometers out. Not getting anything back on that one. I love these deposits that just appear out of nowhere. Huh, 10. Well, if you're on that mission, that's a decent one. What do we got? See if we can get a little more speed out of this. Until we get some more returns back, that is. I'd like to move faster than 130. All right, let's see what we got here. And our connection out to Twitch seems to have stabilized a little bit, so let me know how it is, guys. All right, what do we got here? Wow, 22,000 quantanium deposit. I'll take it. But not first. We'll do that one last. Vexilite at 25. I'll take it. We'll do that one first, probably. Let's see what else we got here. Iron. Wonder if we can find one of the tier S deposits here. Wouldn't that be awesome if we had quantanium and something else? Yeah, this is going to be our huckleberry. Another quantanium, smaller one though. Got to be careful. That's a small one. 14. This will be a nice little deposit for us. Gorgeous. All right. So we're going to start the party out tonight. We have 2 quant rocks that we're going to take home. So we'll break those. We'll do the main breaks on those at the same time and then extract at the same time. But first, we'll start on the 25k Vexilite rock. Should be a nice little snack. So let's get snuggled up with this rock real quick, about 30 meters out. Yep, that's where I want to be. About 15 degrees, 20 degrees or so between the 15 and 20 degree angle. And I'll give you guys a nice external view here. Beautiful day out on Bloom, out in the pyro section of the universe. There's our money maker right there. There's the mole. Oh yeah, look at that. I like it. Let's go ahead and get the party started here. Now, Bloom, obviously, you don't need an exploration suit or a Pembroke or a Novikov. You can be pretty comfortable in even light armor out here. I'm going to go ahead and crack open a Rockstar, caffeine free, of course, or caffeinated, but sugar free. All right. Notice, did you guys notice how my laser power was at 100% intensity when I got back into this thing? It persists when you log out. Isn't that interesting? Okay. Oh, we're not in the right SCM mode. That's right. AlphaInfinity made the mistake. Let's go fix that. We do not want to be mining with our shields down. Don't be one of those guys. Do not be one of those guys. What's up? Let's go easy. Good to have you, my friend. Welcome. Yeah, those 80 mass quant rocks, you know, if you find one of those tonight, man, just come find me on Discord and I will expedite to your location. But in the meantime, I'm gonna take this stuff on. Okay, let's get into the proper mode here. There we go. Now we have our shields up. You know, we put those grade A shields on here for a reason, and it certainly wasn't to be in the wrong SCM mode and have them offline and then blowing up a rock in our face. All right, here we go. And if you're just joining us, welcome to AlphaInfinity Tech. We're on the rocks. We're live on Twitch and YouTube. Glad to have you all. Let's go ahead and get the party started. This is going to be a fairly, well, I always say fairly easy rock, but... So we have 2 quantanium rocks that we're taking home with us right now. But first, we're going to start on the non-volatile cargo. And when you have a Helix 2 paired with 3 Ryger C3s, you know, taking a 25K rock down is not really a big deal. You know? You just have to massage it a little bit, be nice to it. Watch that laser intensity. And for those that just joined, let me know how the stream quality is. We had a little bit of a hiccup in the beginning, but I think, according to OBS anyway, we're doing a little better now. And I want to stay out of the overcharge. I don't want to be inerting any of this stuff tonight. I want to take as much BEX home as I can. And there she goes. Easy as pie. You know, I wonder if I could bust this quantanium deposit. It's not saying it's at the max. Let's just get all the dirty work done. Let's see if we can get any energy to come up in this rock. We gonna make it? Is it gonna do it? Come on. Be nice to me. Nope, it's not. So 70 meters out, and the Helix is just not gonna put the energy into it. Not even a little bit. Look at this. So we're not at max. We're not in the danger zone, but no energy at all. Okay. Let's go ahead and reposition. And I think I'm going to break the other 2 rocks because one nice thing about the Hofstede is you can reach out. I think it'll bust out to 150 meters. I think that was what I was reading. If you guys, if I'm right, let me know. If I'm wrong, let me know in chat. But I think that it has some reach to it. There's no reason for us to hang out right here. So we're going to reposition the mole. We've already busted our nice Bexolite rock right here. I'm just going to go park right next to these 2 quantanium rocks. I am not going to bust the 4000 rock with a Helix 2 with 3 modules on it. No thanks. But I am going to do the first one. And then we'll scoop up the non-volatile stuff first, and then we'll grab the quantanium. We'll go back and do a refinery job, assuming we make it out alive and no mishaps, no server desyncs. You know, the usual stuff that could happen in the Star Citizen universe. Okay, so here's what we got. It's not a huge quantanium deposit, but it's sizable. We have a composition of 65 SCU and 22% of its quantanium. So, yeah. Let's get that laser intensity all the way down. And we're going to take it nice and easy with this rock. And here we go, folks. If you have any questions about mining, if you're not a veteran miner, feel free to ask them in chat. There's no stupid questions. I'm here to help. And if you're wondering about my mole loadout here, I just made a video on it, published it to YouTube a few days ago. Thank you for those that gave me feedback, by the way. All right. So we're going to try not to inert any of this very valuable material. So we're going to massage this rock all the way. And, you know, I have to say, I have a very nice optimal window tonight for some reason. Usually, with these 3 Ryger C3s, you're losing some of that. So sometimes it's a lot thinner. And as Let's Go Easy saw on a stream a few days ago, that optimal window can get really, really small. So not an incredibly challenging rock, but, you know, it's still got the good stuff in it. And then I'm going to try and bust that really small one. Oh, I love those server desyncs. I'm going to try and bust that small one with the... How come we're coming... Oh. How come we're coming down an energy level when the optimal was... All right. There it is. So we're done on the Helix 2 for now. Let's go check out the Hofstede. All right. Let's see if we can bust this smaller quantanium rock with the Hofstede. So 3 degrees Celsius, -3, no problem for the all right, what do we got here? So that one's ready to roll, that one's ready to... Can we get to this rock from here? 30? Oh, probably not. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna have to move a little bit, but let's go ahead and start scooping some of this stuff up. Oh, that is the... It's almost like somebody busted this one already. Interesting. I don't want to extract any of that. Okay, let's start over here. Back to business. Look at that optimal window. Look how nice that is. Give you guys a nice view from the side here. I don't know what the graphical glitches are all about. Must be a server thing. But I mean, the Hofstede makes it so easy. I mean, you could literally just leave this here and write some emails. Bring that laser intensity down a little bit and then just walk away. Oh, there we are. All right. Let's see if we can get the next one busted here. Yeah, I definitely need to reposition the mole. I'm too close to the ground and not exactly where I want to be. So we may go do that here in a minute. And there we go. All right. And I'm going to get Discord minimized here. Get our playlist started over. There we go. Beautiful. All right. That fragment got a little frisky there for a minute. All right, look at that. What do we got here? Let's start scooping and Vex Light will take it. Nope, that's not a great one. There we go. We're getting into the money now. Not very many terrible fragments. Nothing too crazy here. You know, I really wish these scans would go a lot faster, though. Not that anybody from RSI is going to listen to me, but a lot of iron. Okay, what do we got left here? %. I want to make sure I have plenty of room on board for that quantanium. That is the rock behind it. $23, $21, $2. Let's see what we got here. A lot of inert. Not going to take that. Well, we're going to bust this one just in case there's something behind it, but I think we're going to end up skipping most of this too. The Hofstad is just too good. %, 34. We'll take 34 over here. Might as well. What do we got here? I'm hoping for some like 50, 60, 70%, not this 1% stuff. What's up with that? $27. I just don't feel good about that. All right. Let's reposition and bust this other quantanium deposit real quick, and then we'll scoop up the rest of the quants rocks. And I think that's all I'm going to tolerate from that Bexalite rock. It's just not worth it. So we'll get a little bit more altitude. We'll center ourselves between the two rocks. The one that's already broken and the one that we're going to break. And look at the beautiful view we have on Bloom today. You just can't beat it. All right, I'm going to get the rock centered a little bit better for the Hofstad. And there we go. 44 meters and 48. Yeah, we can roll with that. And if you're just joining us tonight, welcome to AlphaInfinity Tech. We're live on the rocks in Bloom. Managed to actually find some quantanium, believe it or not. Crazy. My mining friends tell me the belt is just not worth it anymore. Planet side's where it's all at now, which is unfortunate because I kind of missed the... All right, so there's the first one that we're going to collect right there, and this one is not broken yet, and it's a little guy. So I want to keep that laser intensity down. Oh, that's already busted. Okay. Well, I guess we're extracting now. Quickly. Now that we're into the 25-minute clock. See if we get a little bit better view on anything over here. Backs, 21%. No. Okay. 37.37. All right, so we're gonna get into the volatile. We're gonna get into this volatile cargo counter for sure. But we got 50 SCU of space, and we don't have to be too picky. We're just gonna scoop up a lot as fast as we can. Nice. I'm liking it. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and we got a few more fragments to break here. 0.37. I'm just going to break that one, I think, to get it out of the way, because I feel like, well, maybe not. Let's see what we can do here. Quantanium makes us put up with a lot. A lot of garbage. We'll scoop up a lot of garbage for a little bit of quantanium, won't we? Yeah, we'll go ahead and bust this one. What the heck? Why not? 0.37 though. Really? I don't want to inert the 0.37 that I'm going after. So we'll stay out of the overcharge today. Thank you. All right, let's see if we can find that 0.37. And then we're out of here. 0.36. Oh my. 100% iron ore. .58. Oh boy, no. 0.77, yeah. All right. Well, there was one other 21%. Where is that? Backslide raw, we'll take it. Nope, we won't. So 17 SC of quant, 12 of Baxolite. You know, I don't call that a run to ride home about, but it's not a complete failure either. So this will probably wrap this run up. Nope, not quite. And we'll dump the rest of this garbage. All right. That's it, folks. On this run, at least. And for those on the stream that just joined, let me know how the quality, the sound is. I don't want to drive you guys crazy with music or voice. I want to make sure you can hear that game audio okay and that the quality is all right. And for those that are curious, the system performance is in the top right-hand corner of your screen. Make sure you hit the gear icon on YouTube for 4K. And of course on Twitch, let's go for source maximum. Whatever they're publishing. All right, back to our obituary. The nice thing about the bloom to our obituary run is that, you know, even if you have volatile cargo on board, it really doesn't matter. You're not making multiple outer marker stops or doing anything crazy to get back to the space station. Jeez, look at that. Beautiful. Nice, pretty view for you guys. And we're running, everything is maxed out, including clouds. So that's why we're getting these beautiful clouds here. All right. Let's get the shields off and get into the correct mode here. Out of mining mode. There it is. Don't need the lights on. And we'll pitch up here, get into a little bit steeper attack angle of attack. The mole, she doesn't move anywhere fast, but at least she moves. All right. Sometimes I feel like I got to get out and push. Especially after being in the L-21 Wolf. Man, what a ship. Running in 4K, 3820 by 2140, I believe. Let's see. What are we running here? 3840 by 2160, sorry. All right, quantum drive's online. I guess we are hitting an outer marker after all. An orbital marker, I guess. I really like the fact that they put the countdown timer right on the HUD. You know, you can always just switch back over to mining mode if you want to see how much time you have left before you blow yourself up. All right, and we're almost home. And for those that are not familiar, when you have volatile cargo on board, you want to get home before the timer runs out, of course, but as soon as you get there, you want to store your ship. So as quickly as you can. There it is. There it is. The thing I like about the 4X universe is how busy it is now. It is really busy. So many players in each instance. They did a nice job with the server meshing and all that. Between that and the persistent armor when you die, those are two really big quality of life changes I think they've made. And if you're disconnected from the server, you're not going to bomb out, at least most of the time, knock on wood. All right, so we'll get parked here. There it is. Yeah, let's go ahead and do some maintenance here. Don't have to worry about it next time. There we go. All right. And I'm going to switch playlist on you guys real quick. I stream from two different audio sources. One is Epidemic Sound, of course. Doesn't everybody? And the next one is Artlist. There we go. All right. Now that we got that all sorted out, at least temporarily, let's go ahead and hop on out. And let's get our mole stored here. And the beautiful thing about being in Pyro is that you can just go right into the refinery from your hangar. You don't even have to go to the lobby first if you don't want to. And the music looks like it's a little bit loud. I'm going to turn it down to negative 40 dB for you guys. There we go. Okay. Off to the refinery. Now, something I do want to show my viewers is that when you select your mole and you choose to refine the Bex and the quantanium, right? We're going to use Dinks. Get a quote, and I'm going to confirm. Now it's going to say that it's going to discard one or more materials and they can't be recovered, but that is actually not true at the moment. I don't know, bug or feature, you guys let me know. I'm going to hit confirm. Okay, so it's accepted the work order and we see the yield count climbing as normal, right? But if I go over here to ore cells, guess what? I can select my Argo Mole, and there's the iron and the inert materials. So I'm going to sell that to the refinery direct because I don't want to transport it. And let's see what we can do here. Isn't there something? Do I have to transport stuff now? Oh, select storage option. So all I can do is put it in an obituary or put it in a ship. I thought they did something differently now, where you don't have to necessarily transport it out to Area 18 or Newbat, you know, the TDC to sell it. I don't know. You guys let me know in chat. I feel like I still have to transport that stuff, so we'll see. All right, back to the medium hangar. There's our nice little exploration suit. Yeah, we have another job that we've kicked off, and we're off to the races. All right. let's see what we got here. And let's just make sure we still have our mining gadgets on board. We do. Lots of them. And we still have med and sustenance if we need it. So we're good. All right, let's head back down to Bloom and see what we can find. Large Mini Whale, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it on Twitch. That paint job's just getting all bent out. It's just getting all messed up, isn't it? Beautiful view of Obituary and Bloom in the background here. Nice. There's a nice view for you guys. Hope you like that one. Not too bad, huh? You know, Star Citizen has its faults, but one of them is not being pretty. All right, let's go down to Bloom and see if we can find some nice rocks here. I'm gonna choose once again a light side of the planet. Let's shoot over here. I love it when it says no power, even though it was showing power on the power management interface. All right, and there's our destination right there, Shadowfall-ish. And off we go to Shadowfall. There's not a specific place on Bloom that I like to mine, but I just go anywhere. Now, I'm sure the mining orgs out there have found the really spicy spots that put out a lot of yield, but I wouldn't know where those are. Looks like you guys are going to get a good view of some clouds here. Look at that. Oh, on the graphics options, just let me show you guys here. 3840 by 2160 full screen, DirectX 11, upscaling on performance. I don't even think I need that, honestly. DLSS quality very high. That's on the highest. That's on the highest. Highest for sure. Photo mode on that is slow, and my FOV is all the way out to 116, so I'm maxed out. I do have motion blur turned off and chromatic aberration turned off. Film grade is still on, just in case you're wondering. So we'll pitch down here and Looking good. And the gaming box is smooth at 79 FPS. You know, I can't complain. All right, let's go ahead and throw out a scan here and see what we can see. And it looks like we got something interesting maybe over here. Let's go find out. Beautiful day on Bloom, though. Look at that. I love the cloud shadows on the ground. Those are so cool. Gems, maybe? Yeah. Oh, we have a miner over here. Definitely don't want to have anything to do with that. I want to get out. I'm just a harmless mole, guys. Don't shoot me. I'm leaving. All right, are we going to get anything back that's decent here or what? Because that's not it out there. More gems. And we're not here for that. If you think there's a prettier place to mine in the universe, let me know. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Or at least that's better. Interesting, that one just popped out at 4.5. But we're not going to go look at that one, I think. I think we'll stick with our original target here. All right, we're getting a little more chill in the music, and hopefully we're going to find some decent rocks here. We busted up a quantanium rock and a Bexlite rock on the last run, and There we go. All right. Let's see what we got over here. Oh, these scans. Okay, so 16 on Terranite. We're not interested. Unless there's something else in here that's... Iron. Yikes. Very small rocks. Let's see what this big guy is over here. Yeah, nothing really interesting here. Let's keep on trucking. Are those on the side of a mountain? They're probably going to roll downhill on me if I break them, but we'll go check them out anyway. Nice little sunset. Or sunrise, I guess. And if you're just joining us, welcome to AlphaInfinity Tech. We're live on the rocks tonight in Pyro. All right, lots of little rocks here. Maybe big. We'll go find out. Terranite 27. We'll take that. What else we got? Nothing interesting on that one. There is another big one over here. Let's go see what this is. Okay, 17. What's this hiding behind it? Looking for those S tier minerals. Not seeing them yet. Yeah, nothing interesting there. I'm not even sure. We will take that Terranite rock home, though. So let's go ahead and start on this guy right here. All right, that looks pretty good. That one's gonna roll, but we'll go check it out anyway. Oh yeah, nice and easy. All right. Got a little thin optimal on this one, so we'll take it nice and easy. Bring up the power level a little slow. There we go. And we'll just massage that all the way home. There we go. Try and stay out of that overcharge. All right. Some of those are going to roll a little bit, and that's okay. Hopefully not too far. Yeah, I'm going to have to back it up just a bit. So we'll back up the mole a little bit to catch some of the fragments, and then we'll climb into the Hofstad and get it done. There we go. Okay, there's one, there's two. Okay. Let's go ahead and climb into the Hofstad. We can reach out with that one. Helix 2, not so much. Hofstad, yes. Oh, I didn't back it up far enough for that one. Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and clean up this first. There it is. All right. All right. Any good fragments in this one? Let's find out. Not looking great. That one's okay. A little Terranite and tin in that one. All right, let's go ahead and bust this one up next. Gotta pay attention though. Shatter damage from these things is terrible with this current torpid setup. So got to be careful with that laser intensity. All right, let's see what we got on this one. Nothing. That was terrible. That shard was horrible. Okay. That's terrible. That one's all right. Us miners, we got to work for it these days, you know? It's no longer just scooping up SCU after SCU of quantanium. Now you got to go out and really hunt it. All right, let's see what we got up here. %. That's it. All right, let's go ahead and bring up the power level on that one. and we'll crack it. But if anybody finds an 80K quantanium rock that they can't bust while I'm on the stream, let me know. I'll help you take it. I'll help you bust it, and you can take it all home by yourself. I don't need it. All right. Let's see what we got out of this one. 11. What do we got? 21%. I'll probably take the 41 and the 21. And if you're just joining us, welcome to AlphaInfinity Tech. We're chilling out in the universe tonight. Just doing some mining out on Bloom. Kind of a low stress night. We're not trying to complete that last ASD mission. We're not bounty hunting. No. We're not even space trucking tonight. We're just breaking rocks and chilling out. Nice and easy. No big deal. Let's see what we got here. That's a little better. Not so great. Really? This is what we're going to get? How about that one right behind it? What is that? All right, where are you going? All right, let's go ahead and bust this one next. $18. I mean, the mold capacity is nice, but not if you have to scoop up a bunch of garbage. All right, what do we got here? 15. That's 130 meters out, so that's not even the same thing. Yeah. That's only 16%. Let's see if we can. All right, we got one more deposit down here that it's a little bit out of my reach, so I'm going to back up the mole a little bit, see if we can get a decent extraction of terranite out of that, and then we'll go look for another rock. And the sun's starting to go down on Bloom. It's going to get night here soon, so I don't want to spend too much more time here. All right. Back to the Hofstad, and we'll wrap this up. And what I'll probably do is I'll just head back and start a refine job on this load, and then find a light place on the planet to mine here. All right, there's the two I couldn't reach before. Let's see if it was worth backing up. Not looking great so far. How about on this one? Oh, that deposit catfished me. All right. So we're going to go ahead and scoop up the rest of this stuff. Get as much Terranite as we possibly can out of all this. It's going to be a lot of tin, a lot of inert. I was hoping for more than 25 SCU, but oh well. It's not looking like that. I imagine the tin will probably pay for some of our fuel. A little bit of Terranite in that one that we didn't see beforehand. Yeah, not bad. Not horrible. Okay. Let's go ahead and... I mean, you guys don't like watching people mine in the dark when you're on Bloom, so let's go ahead and run this load back to our obituary. We'll start a refining job, and then we'll come on back. Now, if there is another moon or something in the Pyro universe where you want to see me mine, just let me know in chat. And if you're just joining us tonight, welcome to AlphaInfinity Tech. We're live on the rocks out here in Pyro. Just chilling, breaking some rocks. Look at that beautiful sunset. Let's get out of mining mode here. We don't have any volatile cargo, so we're not in a huge hurry. I like to enjoy the view sometimes. Look at that. Amazing. All right, let's get our destination plugged in here now that I'm done. And we'll let that spool up and go back to our external view here. Look at that. Gorgeous. And for those that are joining us, we're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch tonight. Doing a multi-stream, trying it out. All right, there's our orbital marker right there. Is it just me though, or does the mole seem actually more maneuverable and easier to fly than the raft? I climbed in the raft recently to try out one of these Red Wind line haul missions, and that thing was like flying a brick. I mean, it seemed truly unresponsive and somewhat miserable to fly. But maybe I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. We're also going to be streaming this weekend. Probably Friday night or Saturday night. I'll let you guys know on Discord, and maybe I'll post on the YouTube channel as well. And I will be trying the new ASD mission. Doing a little mining and definitely doing a little bit of space trucking. All right. And once the channel takes off a little bit more and I have a few more friends online, we'll try doing some of those bunkers. Some of the more fun stuff for you guys to watch, that is. So it's not just mining, it'll be everything. Okay, let's go ahead and hop out of one of the mining laser heads here. That's the fastest way out of the ship by far. Oh, somebody crashed. I don't know if you guys could hear that boom on the stream, but that was no good. Right to the refinery deck. I really do like that. That is a very, very nice thing they've done here. Okay, and here we go again. So we're going to do our Argo Mole here. They're 7675 SCU refinable. We're not going to refine the tin or obviously the inert because you can't. So we're just going to do our Terranite here and confirm. It's obviously not going to drop the material, so we're going to run over here to the ore sales. And as you can see, we still have all that tin on board. So we'll sell that and that'll pay for our fuel. There it is. All right. Now we have an empty mole again. Let's go ahead and do another run. And see if we can find some better rocks. And I don't think we're going to go to Bloom this time, actually. I think we're going to go I'll show you where we're gonna go. We're gonna go someplace a little different. See if we can find like a 40K rock. I'll tell you guys what, if it's not between 30 and 40K, I'm not going to crack it when we get out to our destination here. I need something a little challenging. These 25, 28K rocks are just a little bit too easy. Somebody crashed again. There's something going on outside the station that I don't want to have any part of right now. But I am curious to see what it is. All right, I think where we're headed next is Ignis. Okay, let's go ahead and get spun up. We don't want any part of whatever's happening out here. And so we'll take a little trip out to Pyro 5 and then over to Ignis. And we'll see what we can see. And for those on my stream on YouTube or Twitch, if you give me a follow on Twitch or a thumbs up and a follow on YouTube, a subscribe, that would be awesome. Comment on the video if you don't mind. Let me know. Always appreciated. Yeah, easy. The raft is, it's a very versatile ship. It's a well done ship. You know, they did a lot of detail on it. I just don't have a lot of fun flying it. And I know you can pull in easily $500,000 to 750K on some of these Red Wind line haul missions using the raft because you can do multiple. A lot of storage obviously on the raft, but the thing is just not a lot of fun to fly. So that's why I end up doing a lot of those missions in the Zeus. Really do like the Zeus a lot. Now, for those who don't know what my mole loadout is, I did just release a video on my channel in the last couple of days that kind of goes over my thinking process for the mole. I'm not saying it's the perfect mole configuration for everybody. I'm not saying it's the best, but what I am saying is that it made me a lot of money, and I feel like in terms of versatility and for the solo mole miner out there, this is actually a pretty good config. You can get into some pretty big rocks by yourself, especially with the use of the right modules and a mining gadget here and there. And it really is the most versatile configuration I've used. Now, there may be something better out there, I'm not sure, but anyway, check out my YouTube video on the mole configuration. Let me know what you guys think of the little montage at the beginning. Put a little creative work into that. And for those who don't usually follow me or are on my streams, machine performance is in the top right. And I'll make sure to get a link to my computer components in the description here after the stream is over. I'll just update it. Air-cooled graphics card, so the RTX 5090, water-cooled processor, 9950X. Looks like on the water-cooled side, the loop is running at about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, so not too bad. Processor staying nice and cool. Okay. Let's go ahead. Maybe Ignis is... Maybe I'm going to skip Ignis. I wonder what's going on with Pyro 5 here. No, I'm not going to skip. That is a lot of altitude that I got to get rid of. So as you can see, we use a little quantum fuel to get here, but all right, let's see if we can get that looks good to me. Off to Ignis we go. Let's see if we can find a decent rock on this one. And I'm going to stay away from the post. I don't like getting locked up and shot at. Okay. Throw a couple of scans out there to see what's what. And nothing yet. Let's go ahead and move our radar all the way out as well. Make sure we don't have any other ships here. And we'll get that prediction indicator. Seems like we're in a little bit higher gravity than normal, so there we go. Okay. A little better. That's probably going to be not anything we can do because those are going to be gems, is my guess. Yeah. But this one out here is not. Get that camera out a little bit. A lot of rocks over here. Let's see what we got. $21,000. $18,000 on Bex. Not really interested. There's nothing here. Let's keep on trucking. So Ignis, it looks like it's at a desert world. We're going to find out how hot it is here too. Let's get a little bit more speed and altitude going here. And let's see what we got here. I gotta tell you, let's go easy. I think I remember the rocks being a little smaller here, but there's a lot of them for sure. Okay, let's start and go right to left. $23. There's a 40K rock. We can try that. I do like that. See what else we got in here. A 57 in gold. And the resistance is at 32, so I'm not going to be able to crack that one by myself. There's a 19 in titanium. Oh, you found some 60, 70, and 80s out here, huh? Okay. All right. Well, there was a 40, so they're here. This looks like a decent sized rock, these two. 47 gold. Wow. The resistance on that one is 24, so I might take a crack at that one. So if we could get this resistance down a little bit, I wonder if I have a chance. Probably not, but let's find out. Let's go throw a Sabir on this one. Just for the heck of it. If it doesn't work, I'll go get it. Little tip for you newer miners out there on the mole. You know, always lower the elevator first and make sure the ship doesn't jump or do something weird on you, and then hop on down. Wow, 28 degrees Celsius, huh? Not bad. I expected more heat. All right, so what we'll do is we'll go place this over here. Okay, so we're not really going to use the Bormax on this because what I'm trying to do is get that resistance down to make it somewhat possible for me to break it. At 47, it might be too much rock for me, so we'll see. So we're going to use this. This will drop the resistance down quite a bit, in half. And I like to hit the detach button first, and then all of a sudden it will cooperate. Look at that. We're not even upside down this time. Okay. So it's going to analyze. We'll get the waveform accuracy up into the 60. Boy, that's not doing, axial scatter's not doing anything for me. There we go. 93. I'd like to be a little bit higher if possible. $97, I'll take it. And there we go. And while we're letting that, I'm going to go take a little bio break right here, and I'll be back with you guys in just a minute. All right, folks, I'm back. Let's go ahead and, like I said, I don't think I'll be able to crack this one, but we're going to try. And I was just saying, you know, I'm not seeing a lot of big rocks on this planet, and it turns out Let's Go Easy was right, and I am definitely wrong. There are some big ones. I have a 57K gold rock in here, too. So this is a 47 that we're going to take a crack at. No pun intended. Oops. Didn't want to do that. Let's go ahead and get our mole positioned properly here. I'm going to really snuggle up to this rock. I'm going to get real close. If I want to have a chance at this, I want to make sure that I am as close as I can be. We're going to be up high, but within 35 meters roughly. All right, let's go see what we can see. The resistance is going to come down by about 50%, so I believe that'll drop it down to 12. I don't think that that'll be enough, but we'll see. And off we go. Yeah, impossible. Well, oh, down to 8 though. But I don't think we're going to be able to get the energy level up in this. It's not even budging. Let's see if we can try a different place on the rock here. I'm pretty sure with this particular setup with the Helix 2 and the triple Riger C3s, I think our limit is about 42, but hey, you know. Not even seeing a little bit of an even of a blip. Man, we are close. And we're at full power and nothing. So I was right. 47 is just a little bit out of our reach as a solo mole miner here. But I'm going to throw the laser on other parts of the rock just to make sure. Yeah, this rock is laughing at me for sure. All right, let's go grab our mining gadget. And that is no bueno on that one. Okay, let's go grab our Sabir here. There she is. Okay. Another beautiful day out on Ignis. A little cold, but other than that, a little windy, a little dusty. Other than that, not bad at all. Let's see if we can go find a rock that'll cooperate. Definitely not going to be able to break that 57K rock by ourselves, so 30 to 40 range is our sweet spot. Let's go see what we can see. All right, we got our mining gadget back. We're not giving that up. The rock beat us, but it's not going to rip us off too. Let's see what else is out there in the verse for us today. That one was not our rock. We tried. Got the resistance down, still too much. That one's going to be gems. We're going to skip it. Oh, now that's a view right there. Is that Pyro 5 in the background? That is pretty. I'm going to use that as my reference point from now on. Beautiful. $1,920 on the return, so that's probably not going to be much that we're interested in, but we'll go look at it anyway. There's a nice view for you guys. Hope you enjoy it. All right, what do we have here that's all by itself? Is it garbage or is it something worth taking? Let's find out. Not worth taking. All right, let's keep on trucking. We'll just point right there towards Pyro 5. I believe that's what that is. If I'm wrong, somebody let me know, but that's what it looks like to me. Look at that beautiful view. Wow. And if you're just joining us tonight, welcome to AlphaInfinity Tech. We're on the rocks in Pyro out here on Ignis. Okay, so what do we got on a number for that one? It's 11,780 versus $19,500. What was 19? Right over here. That's where we want to go. All right, let's go take a look at that one. A lot of little desert animals out here. That's kind of cool. Okay, what do we have here? Let's find out. We'll start with the biggest deposit right here. So that is a 39,000, 38,000 Terranite raw. We'll take it. That's a nice rock. That'll make us a little bit of money. Let's see what else we got right here. Got a 17,000 Bexlite rock. I guess we can scoop that if we have room. 35,000 Terranite raw. Well, wow, that's a nice one. We'll take it. A lot of Terranite right here. 11,000. And what is the last one here? This is a big one. 19. Oh, wow. Look at that, guys. We're going to scoop that one first. That's Stellaron. Beautiful. Now we're finally getting into the good stuff. You know, here's what I'm going to do. I do believe I have a Bormax with me, so I am going to park my mole. And I think what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to throw a Bormax on here for the cluster modifier. Maybe do a little bit better job of parking. So let's do that. Let's go throw a Bormax on this bad boy. It's worth it. Okay, we're going to drop that elevator without me. Maybe. Oh. Well, it didn't appear. I guess it's going with me. Okay. So we're going to run over here real quick before my mole blows away. And the reason that we're putting a Bormax on this is because it's Stellaron and there's that cluster modifier, 30%. So it reduces instability significantly while also keeping clusters of valuable deposits together upon shattering. So it'll raise resistance a little bit, but I think we'll be okay. All right, so we're going to hit this detach button first. There we go. And then we're going to get it dialed in. Is my waveform accuracy really reading 0 right now? It was. Wow. I want to get that accuracy up as much as I can. Not minus 71%. Are you guys kidding me? Really? We may have to place that on another part of the rock here. This is no good. Yep, we're gonna detach it and find another spot. And now we're upside down. Isn't that beautiful? I love it when that happens. Yeah, it's reading 0 again. $67 is the best we're going to see right here. Yep. 75. 76. Okay, let's detach again, find another spot. That's better. Now we're starting out at 65. 96. I think that's the best we're gonna get, but let's do the scatter and see if we can get a little better. Nope. There was 97. I'll take it. All right, so we got a 97% waveform accuracy on our Stellaron rock here. Now let's go back to our very, very poorly parked mole and see if we can crack this guy. This will be a nice haul to take home. All right, so for those that are just joining us, we found ourselves a very nice Stellaron rock. I mean, it's not the best in the universe, but it's 20K roughly. And we're going to take this one first. The reason I'm doing this one first is because obviously I want all my cargo space. I'm going to pick up the Stellaron no matter how small a percentage it is. Well, unless it's really stupid tiny, but... Okay. Let's go climb into the helix and be very gentle with this rock. Okay. We don't need power to shields or to that. So mining laser head is at full power. Good. Engines and shields are already there. All right, so let's get this down. We're going to be nice and easy with this one, guys. Nice and easy. I really don't want to inert any of this material here. So we're going to bring up the laser power real slow. And keep a real close eye. One thing about Stellaron is it'll jump. So right as you get close, just like that. So as soon as you get closer to the optimal, it'll just jump. It's been my experience with this particular material. So the closer it gets, the further down on laser intensity we go here. We are not going to mess around with this one. We'll be nice and patient here. $162 SCUs. 26% of that is Stellaron. Not a bad rock. And there it goes. All right. Let's go climb in the Hofstad and start extracting, shall we? By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but paint inside is orange, and isn't that cool? You put the yellow paint on and it paints that just that one wall right there. Very interesting. Just a little detail. So hopefully I didn't inert too much material on that rock. Hopefully the Bormax did its job with its cluster modifier. And now we're going to climb into the Hofstad and take it nice and easy. All right, and I think that's the one that rolled on us. So we'll start with this. Yep, there it is. All right, so And the same thing that happens on the main brake will happen on the sub brakes with the stiller on. See that how fast it climbed? It'll mess with you. But the nice thing about running the multiple torpid modules on this thing is it gives you a really nice big optimal window. So there's a little bit of room for, not much, but a little bit of room for error. There it goes. All right, so we're going to start extracting right away. And I'm pretty much going to take everything. I want every ounce of that Stellaron I can get my hands on. And I will collect a lot of garbage to do it. All right, let's see what this one was doing. Okay, 35%. You know, I don't know if that Bormax really helped me out or not. I mean, I'm feeling like my money, I didn't get my money's worth out of that Bormax. Oh yeah, it messes with you. It really does. It puts you in it fools you into the optimal window, and then all of a sudden it jumps. All right, let's see what we got. 69%, I'll take it. %, I'll still take it. Another 60% shard. Okay, I take back what I said about that Bormax. Okay, let's bust this one up. Ooh, that climbed fast. Oh, I'm going to leave that one alone for a little bit. Maybe I should collect, if these are going to, let's take a look at these. Is this one coming down or what? All right. Look at that. That's a nice shard right there. Oh, what is that? 47%. We'll take it. Nice and easy. Ay, that one's going to hurt me. Oh, this stuff is terrible. That's a shame. This stuff is just so volatile. All right. Well, live and learn. All right, let's go back here and see what we got. Okay. Now let's give this shard a shot real quick again. Barely any power on the Hofstad at all. All right. Let's search for the good stuff first, and then we'll fracture some more, and then we'll look for some more good stuff. 12%. 10%. And I feel like there's a piece right. What is this? %. That one we're going to bust, and we're not going to overcharge it this time. But look how fast that climbs. Keeping the laser intensity at the very, very bottom. Couple of good shards in there. I like it. Really good ones in that one. I'm going to take the 12 one, the 12 too. I'm pretty much going to scoop everything now. But if I have room for it, let's see. Might end up with 30 SCU of Stellaron on this run. I'm not complaining. Okay, that one's 13%. Let's bust that one up real quick. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. All right, let's see if we can get some good shards out of this one. That's 5. $17. And I'm just going to rescan these. I forgot how bad these. This is 22. I'm taking it. Now we're getting a little bit closer to our cargo capacity here. $4. 24. We'll take that one. Okay, back down here and let's see what we got again. 10. 3. 16. That we might grab that one. 12. Okay, last one. And that'll wrap this up. So we ended up with 31, roughly 30 SCU of Stellaron on this run. I'll take it. Anybody has a mining calculator handy, let me know what 30 SCU of Stellaron's running these days. That was worth the drive. Got a little bit of a torque imbalance from blowing up that one, but... And we would have had more. I probably would have ended up with 40 SCU or 45. So bye-bye to Ignis for now. Looking good. Not a bad run. That was worth it. For sure. All right, let's get back in the cockpit and see how far out we are here. We did put an A-grade quantum drive in this thing, so we're moving as fast as we can. Not an Atlas, of course, but a Chimera. And we are almost home. Now it's just a matter of getting into the hangar. Without crashing into anything, that is. And while we're waiting, I'm going to pull up a mining calculator. Let's find out what we got here. So it's about 1.6 million. If I'm reading this right. Okay, so let's get into the hangar here. That's not a bad run for a mining run. There we go. Not run into the turret. I definitely want to go sell that in the morning. Look at that. All right, 1.6 million Let me just double check that. Is that right? For 30 SCU of Stellaron? Yeah, you can sell it at Monox. At the commodity terminal, Jackson Swap for 1.5 million. You can sell it at ArcCorp Mining Area 141 for 1.6. Wow. Let's go ahead and refuel while we're here. Fix our damage. But no matter where I sell it, it's going to be over $1 million just for that. So I'll take it. That was a nice rock. It's really too bad I blew up a shard and inerted some of it, but oh well. Live and learn. Let's get our mole stored. And off to the refinery deck we go. Okay, look at that. So 3,048 on that. And then afterwards 2,591. Is there another? Will Farron Exchange get me a little bit more? Nope. Okay, we'll go with that. Have another 921 still around over here, so we'll have a nice little payout when we're ready to transport. Meanwhile, we'll sell this 10 to pay for our fuel and some of the damage we did to the mole. Get that all emptied out. What are you guys transporting your minerals in once they're refined? You going in a C2? Or are you doing a raft? What are you transporting in? A Hull C? Let me know in chat. So I'm going to I'm going to Regolith.co. And I'm using their mining calculator. I'm selecting Stellaron. Let me just make sure it's the only mineral. And the nice thing about this mining calculator is you can even choose your ship. Yeah, very nice. Okay. So either way, between 600 and $1 million, not bad. All right, let's do one more run. I don't think we're going to get lucky and find 2 of those in one night, but you never know. Back to Ignis we go. Well, once it's not obstructed, that is. Make sure we're all full on fuel here. And are you guys selling your refined ore in Pyro, or are you going back to Stanton? All right, one more run to Ignis. Off we go. Off we go. All right. Pyro's such a big part of the universe. It takes a long time to commute. Almost there. All right. And here we are. Okay. And I'm just adjusting one more thing here. Look at that altitude. Okay, let's find a place on the, I think most of this is lit up by the sun, but let's make sure. Well, I guess I was wrong. Okay. Looks like we're going to be flying it in manually today. Let's go this way. Turn on the cruise control, accelerate up, and head on in. Because we are not mining in the dark tonight, folks. No, thank you. I'll pass. So let's go easy. Where is the safest place to sell your refined ore and pyro? Okay, ruin and rods. All right. Good to know. We're going in manually, folks. Manually. Oh, yes. There's a little friction from the atmosphere. Finally getting where we want to go. And once we get to about, we're going to level out here now. And we'll slow it down so we don't crash into the surface. Yeah, look at that prediction indicator right there. Still way down there. All right. That looks like a decent place to start. Let's do it. And there's our rocks right over there. Oh, still had cruise control on. Would be helpful to turn that off. There we go. All right. Nothing too crazy right here. Let's try this bigger rock right over here. And if this doesn't give us anything decent, yeah. So let's keep on trucking. And for those that are wondering why I don't turn towards those other returns that pop up at 3 kilometers or 4 kilometers or less, those are usually gems. So those 2 unknowns right there are both gems. More gems. Especially when they're clustered really close together like that, and there's a lot of them. There we go. Let's see what we got out here. What was the number on that? Let's take a look. 12.8? No. Where'd it go? 12.6? Not great. But we'll take a look anyway. Okay, let's see what we got here. There's a nice big rock right there. Let's scan that one first. 25. Yeah, these are all going to be the same. I'll scan one more and then we'll move on. Yep, okay. Lots of those desert things. Lots of those animals around here. Is this a single? Is this why we're not getting anything off of it? Let's find out. Yep, that's a single. Yeah, very small. Sometimes, though, those singles can be nice, but that one was not. 18.2. That one looks good. Let's go look at that one. So I'm going to be on either Friday night or Saturday night. If you guys want to join me on the rock hunt, we can team up, get on Discord and combine our skill sets to go find some nice big rocks. Maybe one of us gets lucky and runs into one of those 80k quant rocks. But the more ships, the better. The more we have, the better. The more we have looking, the better. So we can pick a place somewhere in Pyro and really, really go after it. Boy, I'll tell you what, though, it is feast or famine out here on Ignis. There's 22. Let's go check that out. But that'll be on Friday or Saturday, and I'll update my Discord as well as the YouTube channel. I'll post on the channel when I'm going to be on. There they are. Okay, let's go take a look at what we got here. There's a pretty beefy looking rock right there. Let's see what that one is. Nope. Nada. All right. $14, $9, and $9. Let's go to the 14. A lot of rocks out here for you gem guys. Like to get into the gems. Lots of opportunity out here for sure. A lot of smaller rocks right here. Let's see what we got out this direction. I'm guessing a lot of smaller ones out here as well. But there are some, that's a big rock right over here. A lot of rocks. Okay, we'll start right here first. $15 in Terranite. Still not really exciting. I guess if I wanted to bust up a couple of these, it might be worth it, but I'm looking for something a little bigger. I like to end the night with a good rock. So let's keep on trucking here. Lots of rocks there. Okay. $8,000. These are all going to be smaller too. If I were in a prospector, this would be not bad. Okay, let's just, I thought there was another one over here. Let's see what this is. 11,000. No, let's keep on rolling. Got some gems that popped up right there in front of us. So we're just going to keep on looking here until we find something decent. Feast or famine on Ignis, man. Let's head toward this mountain range right over here. See if we can get lucky. There's a 22,000. Let's go check it out. Well, what happened to my... There it is. Okay. I was going to say, did that disappear on me? That would be terrible. All right, let's start with the big one on the... Not so big. Bunch of small rocks on this part of Ignis. That's for sure. We may go check out one of the other moons real quick if this doesn't pan out. Mine some place a little bit different. Yeesh. Well, there's a 55k rock of Terranite. How about that? $20,000 in Bex. Do we have another rock in here that's worth it? Let's see. 25 in Bex. Yeah, we'll take this. This will work. Let's see what we got here just to make sure. So it looks like this run's going to be a Bexlite run. Yep. All right. See if we can park right between both of these guys here. $48 meters, 53. Let's see if I can take both of these in this spot right here. Okay, so what do we got? Bexlite, optimal, perfect. Optimal, perfect. All right, let's get the power level down. Let's do the main break on both of these real quick. So that'll be a nice run for Bex. I'll take it. Ignis comes through for me again. All right, let's crack that other one on the other side. Couldn't have asked for better placement, really. A little bit of patience searching pays off. And look at that. I was about to give up on Ignis and go someplace else. And then it throws 300 SCUs at me. All right. Off to the Hofstad. Let's get the party started. There's our two beautiful rocks we just busted. Let's start the party on this side. All right, look at that. Look how big that optimal window is. Is that sweet or what? All right, let's get this one done next. 19% though. I think we're gonna bust the really good ones first here. 12%, that's not much better. There we go. There it is. All right, let's see if we got any good fragments. Oh yeah, 70%, we'll take that. Okay, there's one hiding right there. What is that? 16, 20. Let's go over here and see what we got. Hmm, 31. 87, we'll take that one. %, we'll skip it. All right, let's see what we got over here. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bust this bigger one right in front of me just to kind of get it out of the way and see if there's something hiding behind it. Just to make sure we're not leaving any thing on the table here. We pulled 16 out, but I know there's more, a lot more. This is 140 something SCU rock. We may have to overcharge some of these. Like that one right there. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and do this one next. Maybe move some more stuff out of the way. Do that one. Oh, got a little ahead of ourselves on that one. All right, let's see if there are any more decent fragments, and then we'll turn over to the right here. Looks like they're all going to be in the 4 to 13% or 15% range. Take that 30. Why not? And that 23. We can bulk sell that. We can sell that unrefined titanium. And it doesn't look like this rock is going to show us much else here. Oh, nope, that's borace, not. Then we'll come back to some of these other fragments if the other rock doesn't produce for us. I just don't see a whole lot hiding over there. So, okay, let's come over here. There we go. That's more like it. We'll take it. All right, let's 19. Let's see here. What else do we got? 46. We'll go ahead and bust that one. And if the shards are around 50%, we'll take them. 30 to 50-ish. Okay, we'll have to bust that one. Let's go ahead and fracture this one next. 54% Bex. We'll glad I didn't take any more of that other rock. This one's had much better production. And we're getting close to being full, so we're going to be a little bit more picky here. Got one more shard left. Oh, yeah. All right, let's see what this one's going to give us here. 100%. Look at that. Beautiful. %. We'll take that one too. And two 100% inert pieces, huh? $50 SCUs of backslide, not bad, not terrible. All right. Almost 60. And that's going to be the end of that. And so 60 SCUs of Bex, not a bad run. We'll take it. Let me go back to my handy dandy mining calculator. So maybe a 500,000 on that one. Not bad. Maybe a little less. Well, that was a nice night mining. It really was. I'm happy with that production. For a solo mole miner to pull out, you know, $1.5 million or so, not bad at all. I'll take it. All right, let's go ahead and get a line towards our destination here. And Ignis does it for us again. But it looks like to sell Bex is going to probably be a trip to Stanton. Just based on what I'm seeing on the... because it looks like Ruin is not accepting Bexelite at the moment. Let me see if I can lower the... They will take... nope, they will not. So Ruin is not taking it at all, according to this mining calculator. Let's try this one more time. I'm thinking I'm getting an error here. Okay, 60. Okay, so Monox will... Jackson Swap will take it all. And they're paying up to $1 million, they say. I don't know how accurate this calculator is. But definitely some options. All right, let's, I am going to try, I think I will try delivering some Bex to that destination tomorrow just for the heck of it. I've never been there before, so. I think I can load up most of this in the Drake. The Corsair, maybe. We'll find out. All right, folks. So once again, I'll be streaming on Friday or Saturday night. One of those two. I'll update my Discord or YouTube channel. And if you want to mine with me, you get on Discord and mine on the live stream with me. That would be awesome. Let me know. And that way, if we run into any really big rocks, if somebody finds one, then we can all converge and help you break that thing. And check out some of the new videos that we put on the channel. I have some shorts that I've uploaded recently, as well as my mole mining config guide. You guys can try it out. Let me know if my config's totally crazy or... Seems to work okay for me, as you can see. There we go. Not going to run into anything here. And there it is. So 60 SCU of BEX on board. Let's see what our refined output's going to be. And let's go ahead and refill on fuel. I always like to do that first. All right. That way we have a nice clean mole when we come back, all fueled and ready to roll. Especially on these long mining runs in the pyro sector. And look at that paint. It just keeps getting worse. More beat up and more beat up. How cool is that? That's pretty sweet, I gotta admit. All right, so let's go find out what we got here. And tomorrow morning, I may get another live stream going as I deliver refined material. Oops. If you guys want to watch that. We'll throw on the different armor set and a weapon and grab a true hold and head out to some of these interesting places in the pyro universe to deliver our refined material. Okay, so look at that. Let's see what we got. So raw bexolite. And I'm not going to refine the titanium. I don't even want to. There we go. Okay, so 8 hours. So 5,018 yield on that. And as you can see, lots of gold, terranite, bexolite, some quantanium, stileron, all the good stuff. And let's go to ore sales here and just direct sell the unrefined stuff. And there it is. All right. I want to thank everybody for watching the stream tonight. It's been a lot of fun. No major mishaps. We got a little bit crazy on one of the stileron fragments, but other than that, it was a pretty flawless mining night. So I want to thank all of you for watching again. And if you don't mind giving the stream a thumbs up and commenting, that would be greatly appreciated. So I want to say goodnight to everybody. Let's go easy. And then the rest, and I hope I didn't miss anybody, but thank you guys for watching the stream, and we'll see you again soon.